Hello and welcome back to Cyber Media. I am your host Ashok Pandey, and today we have got a great personality at our studio, Mr. Lokanath Panda, CEO of BLS E-Services. Welcome, Mr. Panda.
Thank you, and thank you for having us here.
So for your interest, let me tell you, today we are going to discuss about Digital India initiative and where we are heading in India 2047. So majorly we are talking around Bharat 2047. So Mr. Panda, first I would like to understand, what does ViksitBharat means to you and where we are heading in India 2047?
So the ViksitBharat 2047 is the vision of this country to become self-reliant and technologically advanced by 2047. We see that being achieved through focus on new age technologies, whether it is AI, quantum computing, or digital manufacturing. Ultimately, we have to deliver zero poverty, 100% access to healthcare, financial services, employment, and clean energy for our population. So that's, to us, is the vision 2047 for Viksit Bharat.
And how you are supporting for this journey?
So BLS E-Services works in three domains. One is banking correspondent business, to take banks to the masses and create financial inclusion in the population. BLS E-Services is taking government services to citizens in a digital mode, and BLS E-Services providing assisted e-services to the population. So we take banking, government, as well as other business services to the population through the Digital India ecosystem.
Right.
At the same time, we are also contributing to the Digital India ecosystem by being the service provider to entities like UIDI for creating enrollment services. We are providing services to National Health Authority for creating Ayushman Bharat services. We are providing services to land record departments for digitizing the land records. So we are a very key, we are playing a key part in both sides of Digital India, creating Digital India as well as delivering Digital India to the masses.
तो आई कैन से कि आप भारत के जनता जो टीयर 3 या टीयर 2 सिटीज़ में भी हैं, उनके लिए भी सर्विसेज अवेलेबल करा रहे हो, प्लस यू आर वर्किंग फॉर डिजिटल इंडिया हु इज़ लुकिंग टुवर्ड्स द फ्यूचर ऑफ 2047.
यस. सो जो हम सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं वो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में भी रेलेवेंट है और अर्बन क्षेत्र में रेलेवेंट है. सो वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग बोथ सर्विसेज इन रूरल, सेमी अर्बन एज वेल एज अर्बन एरियाज टू द लार्ज पॉपुलेशन which otherwise couldn't have accessed it through traditional government offices or traditional bank branches. So we are breaking it down to microservices and taking it to the masses in these areas.
Okay, so in a simple language, if I can understand, ki banking segment, as you mentioned, to like in tier 1 cities we have different banks which are big in their name, but in tier 3 cities maybe we are having a limited number of banks available, and people are not much aware what are the banking offers there, and they are not aware about how KYC is being done. So you are supporting them even in a tier 3 cities.
Yes. So what we do is, because of the digital nature of these services, it becomes easier for somebody to get trained. So we train local entrepreneurs with these systems and services, and then the local entrepreneur helps us to reach out to the community in that area. So whether it's a tier 2, tier 3, even in certain pockets of tier 1, where banks and government offices are not able to reach. So wherever there is a problem of access, we resolve that problem of access through digital services.
So through the technology, you are not only empowering these services, you are also skilling people to get their
Absolutely.
Employment as well, to make some money out of it. Yeah.
So these, since we have a lot of local level entrepreneurs who need skilling, so we provide them the right skills to educate them to provide these services to the masses, and it also helps them with their local generation of employment. So through this we have empowered over 1 lakh people who are associated with us as local level, you can call them digital entrepreneurs or rural level entrepreneurs.
They are self-employed kind of
Self-employed people. Yeah.
Great. So if I talk about the back end part of like banking is very crucial for India, not only in India, globally, and cyber attacks are happening all across globe. So when it comes to your services, you are also somewhere under that set. How you are developing yourself to protect yourself from these kind of threats, and what uniqueness BLS e-services brings to the table for banking services.
So BLS E-Services always goes with a technology first approach. Means everything that we do has to be real time technology enabled digital service. So we create cybersecurity measures. We provide risk management tools. We provide online reporting and audit trail. Right. So everything has to have a seamless audit trail in the system. Right. So whether if somebody is coming for a transaction, then there is a seamless audit trail in the system. Right. So we use technologies like AI. We use technology like distributed ledger or blockchain. We use technologies like edge computing for cybersecurity, endpoint security, and several other mechanisms to achieve providing secure and safe services to citizens.
So can you name us some of the banks who are utilizing your solutions?
We partner with all the major banks, right? So, and it's a collaborative approach. So certain part of technology which is core to the bank, which provided is bank. There are certain part of the technology which is not core to the bank, but for creating the channel and keeping the channel ecosystem safe and secure is done by us. So we always take a collaborative approach, so that there is no encroachment of each other's territory also, and both services kind of work hand in hand.
Kind of integration you are providing to the banking system that can help them and their customers to be part of the banking ecosystem.
Yes.
Great. So in terms of like you mentioned about AI as well. So some of the blockchain and these kind of technology, now everyone is switching to AI. So even in cybersecurity space or whatever technology you talk about, from a smartphone to servers, everyone is utilizing AI. How you are utilizing AI?
We use AI in some interesting ways. One is that, because we have such a large channel, right, with a lot of channel partners or village level entrepreneurs, their onboarding process, in a safe way, management of documents. So we put an interplay of AI blockchain technologies, right, and providing seamless solution to their queries and issues, right, through bots, training the bots, right. So and also we provide technology solutions to do everything digitally. Like, if somebody is onboarded in our system, they go through a document verification process, they go through an e-agreement or a digital agreement, they go through a digital sign, their digital records are kept. So these are all developed using these new technologies.
As we're talking about new technologies, AI and those things, so and plus we are talking about Bharat 2047. So roughly 2 decades are still there. What do you think, how we are going to reach there? What kind of technologies are going to help us to achieve our goal?
So the current set of DPI that have been created are around creating an digital identity system like UIDI, creating unified payment infrastructure, which is UPI for digital payments. There is a system called DigiLocker, which is allowing people to store and access securely their documents. The next level of DPI will be to take fragmented ecosystems and build a seamless infrastructure for use cases like digital agriculture initiatives, for initiatives like unified lending interface. While we have created a payment DPI, we are creating a lending DPI in the country. Then there will be ecosystem for digital manufacturing. There will be ecosystems for clean energy. There will be ecosystems, further enhancements in the DPI that is created for healthcare, like the National Health Authority related services. So there will be several use cases, and they will all get integrated and interoperable over time.
As you are talking about healthcare as well, Ayushman Bharat is something powered by you or some kind of help you are providing there as well?
So BLS E-Services is a quality control agency for Ayushman Bharat cards. So we are working with the National Health Authority and certain state health authorities for providing these services.
So how end consumer, like if I am utilizing Ayushman Bharat kind of thing, so how BLS is supporting me, bridging the gap between the hospitals or chains or something, or during the
we are helping the authority to create the a quality check of all the enrollments that are happening.
Okay, so you are validating
All
those
the
processes
process.
and creating some kind of
yes,
some parameters
that's correct.
Okay. So when we talk about the digital part of this, like you mentioned about DigiLocker, so those kind of technology and like DigiYatra, they are also storing some kind of data from us. As DigiYatra claims that they are not storing anything at their end, but DigiLocker is something which is storing all the data from the customer. If I am uploading my Aadhaar or whatever details are there, driving license, PAN card, everything is being stored on DigiLocker. So how you are validating those? Are you taking some kind of API approach or?
Yes, we take an API approach. We don't store any data.
Okay.
Of the consumer.
So you just
we just utilize the data and validate somebody and then discard it.
So if someone is applying for Ayushman Bharat,
we just do the validation and then discard it. So we don't store the data. This data storage and security of the data is always integrity of the data is maintained by the respective ecosystem owner. In the case of Ayushman Bharat, it would be National Health Authority. In case of Aadhaar, it will be UIDI. In case of banks, they're banks who own the customer data. So we are in a digital intermediary. We work seamlessly with these entities, but we don't store the data with the credit.
Plus, you help some of the maybe when a person is hospitalized and is not able to make some money for maybe 20 or 30 days. So you are also supporting them for some kind of wages, some insurance or something is there.
So while Edge BLS E-Services is available across the country, so there are certain use cases that we kind of explore that help the citizens. So somebody has an Ayushman Bharat system that allows them to access Mediclaim. If they get hospitalized, the hospital bill is paid by NHA. But the wage is not protected. The loss of wage is not protected. So we have created, along with insurance companies, a product called HospiCash, which allows somebody to get the loss of wage back through an insurance, so that when they fall ill or the woman becomes pregnant and does a delivery of child, these occasions are also protected for them. Their wage is protected, their earning is protected. Families get the earning during these kind of times, right? Okay.
So I can say people who are actually depending on daily workers or kind of people, so they can get benefit of this kind of solution, and they can protect their wages.
Yeah.
And they can survive for a month or maybe more than that.
Yes.
As we spoke around different technologies, we are utilizing blockchain and different other things. According to you, what is the main technology right now, apart from AI, which you are focusing most on that and developing digital infrastructure for different segments like banking you mentioned, and then healthcare and different other sectors you are catering to? What is the one technology you will go with?
So at BLS E-Services, since we are at the forefront of technology systems, and our touch points have to use seamless technology, so we don't really differentiate. We always create an interplay of available technology, right? Or the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence or blockchain or edge computing, right? So to give you a use case, right, we have to always combat cybersecurity, because these touch points are accessing critical government systems and bank systems. So we have to create an endpoint security, right? So that requires use of edge computing, to an extent blockchain to an extent AI. We do risk monitoring tools
Mhm.
which are, using AI. My data for bots, the training data for bots may require blockchain to
Right.
store it, to store securely and create a audit trail. So we kind of create an interplay always and use the best available mechanisms for a safe and secure delivery of services.
So definitely you are just accessing not UI AID kind of data, different other data as well. But as you mentioned, we will just take that data for a fraction of some maybe seconds or milliseconds, and then after validating you will not store any data. So definitely, but you are entering to that space, and security is
Absolutely.
core
Core
there.
to this.
Billion of data is available, and if there is any leakage, you will be losing all the data.
Absolutely.
So definitely BLS have to be more careful while accessing their data and then validating that part. So is there any parameter while validating? Do you consider any parameter that these things should be there, and how you have optimized that process, that within a second or whatever time you are taking for that validation, that take less time, because we majorly talk about the sustainability, less energy consumption. But when you talk about these kind of ecosystem, API integration or those things, it touches multiple points.
Yeah.
And AI, that is a energy hungry process. So how you are trying to optimize all this process to just use that particular data in a fraction of a second or whatever less possible time and less energy as well.
So basically, when I mentioned about the interplay of technologies, see, we are also working in a very low bandwidth, low processing power kind of front-end system at the touch point. Because I do not necessarily have a proper broadband connection in a location. Right. So I may have to do with a available mobile connection, right?
3G
So
or
we kind of create the systems which can work in such environments, right? So we optimize our data flows, we optimize our processing, right? We may do certain things in the back end, we may do certain things in the front end. So we kind of optimize the workflows to utilize less bandwidth, less energy, right? And have a sustainable system.
So you are also focusing on sustainable part.
Absolutely.
Great. So it was great talking about Digital India and Bharat 2047. And you talk about how technology is helping at that front. So, when I want to understand the BLS part, definitely we will be there maybe 2047, and we will see how India is growing. How BLS is envision themselves, or any vision you have to grow along with this digital economy, and plus supporting the Digital Bharat initiative.
So BLS E-Services is a very responsible entity from that perspective. So for us, sustaining the Digital India initiative is important. That will come out of educating more people. So basically, we have to work on both the physical infrastructure, the challenges in physical infrastructure, as well as the challenges in terms of digital infrastructure and digital literacy initiative. So for us, the key is skilling the youth in the right direction, right? And if we achieve that on a sustainable basis, we remain locally as well as globally competitive, right? And the workforce is skilled on new aspects of technology. And the second aspect is to create low cost the hardware and software, right?
True.
So that people are able to utilize the power of Digital India, on a mobile system or on a small device with, again, the software which is not expensive, right? So that's very important. Skilling and having a low cost footprint of hardware and software is important to sustain the Digital India initiative over time. And once we have millions of skilled people, because our country is fortunately also very entrepreneurial, right? And a lot of self-employed people are there. So once our self-employed entrepreneurial people, youth, are having right skills, then we can reap the demographic dividends which is widely talked about in the country, right?
So I can say that for youth, it is always good to be digital ready.
Absolutely.
Add the skills which is related to digital and AI kind of technology or emerging technology which are upcoming to the Bharat and supporting us. That will be great for them and as well as for us
For the country.
to improve ourselves. And cost, like you talk about that India, everyone knows that India is a very cost sensitive market.
Yes.
So you are also taking care of that part, trying to optimize your solution to keep it affordable and those parts.
Absolutely.
So definitely being a supporting for digital Bharat government of India and Bharat 2047, you have to keep whatever the base of India and roots of India. So that's great talking to you, Mr. Panda, and thanks for giving us your time, sharing all those thoughts and insights. Great to hear you, and I hope we will meet again and talk more about Bharat 2047.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.